Hi, hope you're all well. So we're going to be doing a mobility and stretch workout today, not strictly Pilates, but still being aware of alignment. Think about neutral spine, think about shoulder blades, flatten the back, lengthening all the time. So we're going to start just gently taking the feet hip width apart, rooting the feet into the floor and just circling the hips, just drawing a gentle circle with the hips, just to mobilise through the hip joint. So remember, every time we take a joint through its natural range of movement, we're encouraging releasing synovial fluid just to mobilise that joint. Yeah, we'll do one more, then we'll reverse. Let's go the other way. So just circling around, nice and relaxed, big circle. If you think about, imagine you're standing on a manhole cover. You're just drawing a circle round that manhole cover with the hips. So you get a nice big circle, yeah? Nice and relaxed. Good. Then from there, we're just rooting the feet into the floor again, just gently circling the shoulders. Again, just loosening up those muscles in the upper chest and shoulders. Remember, you can put your hands on your hips just to release and relax, yeah? It takes a little bit of pressure off. Good, so one more, then we reverse, we're going the other way. Rolling the shoulders forward. So remember, hands free will make it a little bit more intense. Hands on the hips, a little bit more relaxed. Good, then from there, we're just going to let the arms go from side to side, just to release any tension built up in those shoulders. Good, nice and relaxed. Good. Then from there, we're going to go back to the shoulders, this time just circling one shoulder forward and then letting the other shoulder come forward. So now I'm just drawing through those alternating shoulders. So much more mobility through the rib cage now, just loosening up through the back. One more like this, then we'll reverse. We go the other way, roll the shoulder forward and we're bringing it back. We're just mobilizing through, loosening everything up. Good. So now we're going to start marching through. So really important to try and get the body warm a little before we start stretching. We can't really stretch cold muscles. So relaxing the arms, letting the shoulders drop away from the ears, breathing, and we're going to float the arms up. They're in peripheral vision, exhaling as we bring it back. And again, as we breathe in, the arms come up into peripheral vision, breathing out to bring it back. Just relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Good, one more like this. Now we're going to take the feet a little bit wider. Good, so just gently taking the arms from side to side. Just bending the knees a little bit as we go through. Good, just to elevate the pulse rate a little, just relaxing through. Then from there, we're going to cross the arms over, just gently rotating, just mobilizing the spine. Again, quite relaxed. Just going through that range of movement. Good. Now we're going to come back to pendulum, just taking it from side to side. Good. Lifting the foot off the mat now. We're going to take the heel back. Just be careful not to kick anything, yeah? Good. Nice and relaxed. Taking the heel towards the buttock, mobilizing the knees, just releasing through. Good. One more each side. And now we're going to come back to parallel. So imagine you're standing on double yellow lines, toes are pointing directly forward, big toe, little toe, heel rooted into the floor. So when we bend the knees are over the center of the foot. We only go as low as we can keep the heels down. If the heels lift, we're going too low, yeah? So we're going to contract the abdominals to look at the belly button. So we've really used our abs, and then as we inhale, we're going to come up and reach for the ceiling. So exhale, take it down, inhale to come up. So if I go to the side, you can see I'm not going too low, yeah? Contract the abdominals, I don't want my hands to go too high. Good, breathing out, inhaling to come up. Going to do two more like this. Good, push through the heels. Last one, good. And now we'll take the arms out to the side. So breathing in, arms come out to the side. We're going to do the same thing, contract the abdominals, inhale to come up. Again, a little release, breathing in. We've got two more of these. Good. And now we're going to take the arms up and we're just going to lift as we open the arms, lift the chest to the ceiling, exhale, let the arms go down. So breathing in, we're lifting the chest to the ceiling, exhale to take it down. Last one, we open it out, and we're going to put the hands on the thighs. We're going to take a standing cat stretch. So bending the knees, hands are on the thighs. We're contracting the abdominals to look at the belly button. Inhaling, releasing past that neutral. And again, contract those abdominals. And then release as we come back neutral. We're going to do 2 more. Just releasing the spine. And last one. Releasing. And now using the hands on the thighs to roll all the way up through the spine. So we're going straight into a roll down. So if I step back a little bit to the end of the mat, then as I start to roll through the spine, keeping my knees bent, good, I can go all the way down and then breath in and just roll back up. Use your hands on your thighs to help, yeah? And again, breath in at the top, breathe out, let the breath go as you roll through. Take a breath in at the bottom, exhale to roll back up. Good, just mobilizing that spine. And again, remember you can do this off a wall, you can roll off a wall if you want to. Try and think of vertebrae, 1 vertebrae at a time, rolling through. Good, and last one. And this time, we're going to stay there, just releasing any tension through the shoulders, circling the arms, circle the head, let the body go like a floppy doll, releasing any tension. Then from there, gently walking the hands forward into a 4-point kneeling position. Good. So from there, we're going to do some more cat stretch, a little bit bigger. We're going to round the spine. This time we sit back over the heels, pressing the chest into the mat. We come back up, releasing the spine, going past that neutral alignment. And again, we contract the abdominals, round that spine, sit back over the heels, and then gently bring it back up, releasing that spine the other way. And again, just contracting, sitting back over the heels, and again, taking it through and just releasing that spine. Good. From there, we're going to do a little bit of rotation. So, taking the arm up to face the camera, just a little salute, just to open the elbow towards the ceiling. Then that hand is going to reach for the back of the wrist of the hand that's on the mat, and we're threading the needle to get that rotation. And again, just opening it up. Little salute towards the ceiling, and then we're reaching it for a little stretch. Good, 2 more like this. So we're opening, elbow to ceiling, we reach through, threading the needle, and last one, we just open it out, and then reaching through, threading that needle. Good, let's do that on the other side. So we're in that strong 4-point kneeling position. Good. So we're going to open out, elbow goes towards the ceiling, and then we're threading the needle. I'm touching the back of my hand, the back of my wrist, trying to get my face over my hand to thread the needle. And then we open the elbow to the ceiling. And again, reaching away, just getting that thread the needle. And again, opening it out. And the last one, we're just threading that needle through. And then inhaling as we come up. Good. From there, we're just sitting back over the heels for a moment, just to stretch out, release. Good. Then from there, we're going to come forward. We're going to go into a hip flexor stretch. So just taking the weight back a little, tucking the tailbone under, and just gently pressing the hips forward, and then bringing it back. Try and make sure the foot is slightly forward of the knee, yeah? And again, just pressing forward, feel that stretch, careful not to arch the back or lean forward. Keep the elbows off the thighs, hands are on the thighs. We stretch and we take it back, and last one, we're going to stay there. Good, so make sure that you're on a nice secure base, that your foot and your knee are hip width apart so you can balance nicely, yeah? Hand next to the knee on the floor, we're going to take that arm up, breath in. As we breathe out, we're going up and over. So if I turn this way, you'll see the hand that's closest to the knee that's on the floor is coming up, and I'm going up and over. The bicep is by the ear, so we're introducing that lateral flexion, going deep into that lateral stretch. If I look over my shoulder, of my right shoulder. I can see the foot there and I can increase that stretch. Just really getting that lateral release. Good, and then we can bring it back. We're on the other side. So again, make sure knees are hip width apart. And I'm going to take the other foot forward, foot slightly forward of the knee, tailbone tucked to under. Weight goes back. We gently press forward to stretch. Inhale to bring it back. Yeah, just nice and easy. Again, make sure you don't lean on that front leg. Yeah, we're not doing this. That way you'll lose your hip flexor. Keep the body upright. Then you'll get into the hip flexor as you press forward. Good. One more. Little stretch. We release. And now we're going to stay there, holding that stretch. Hand next to the knee that's on the floor. Floats up towards the ceiling. Over the top of the head. So you get that nice release. Yeah. Increasing the stretch down the left-hand side. Good. And then we'll look over our shoulder towards the foot behind us. We get a nice little release. Good. Excellent. And then from there, we're going to roll onto our back. We're going to do some hip rolls. So feet just a couple of inches apart, arms down by the sides, neck and shoulders relaxed. Make sure the head is just on the mat here. We're just going to peel that spine off the floor, lifting the hips into a bridge, and then we're going to roll the spine into the mat one vertebrae at a time. And again, tailbone tucks under. Feel the glutes engaged to push your hips through the ceiling. Then inhale, roll that spine through the floor. Good, so really working on articulating the spine away from the mat, using the glutes to lift the hips up, then rolling the back into the floor. Make sure you don't let the knees drop apart. Good, and two more like this, just mobilizing, peeling the spine away from the mat. Imagine you've got a row of grapes. You're rolling along that row of grapes, last thing to come down the hips. And last one, we tilt the pelvis, we engage the abdominals, bend the glutes, pushing the hips through the ceiling, and then relax the chest and try and walk along that row of grapes, squashing one at a time till eventually become to neutral. Good, we're going to pull the knees in towards the chest, moving it around a little bit, just to stretch and release. Good. So from there, we're going to extend our leg away, yeah? Taking that leg down, leg nearest the camera. So just releasing and stretching. Any knee issues, remember you can always hold on underneath the knee to avoid any hyperextension of the knee, any hyperflexion of the knee. Good, and then we're going to swap it over. Other leg goes down, make sure the leg is on the floor, the straight leg. We draw the other knee and we move it around a little bit. And again, if you want to avoid that hyperflexion of the knee, just hold on to the back of the thigh. Good. Excellent. So we're going to bring it in again. We're going to swap it over again. Leg nearest the camera goes onto the mat. Arm nearest the camera onto the, let's take it across. Good. It's been a long day. So from there, we're going to take that knee across the midline of the body. So we get a nice little stretch, yeah? Remember, we can look over the opposite shoulder there. We get a nice little release. Let that foot, the one where the knee's bent, that foot needs to drop towards the floor to give us that nice stretch through. Yeah, nice and nice. Should feel quite nice, yeah? A couple of nice relaxing breaths. Good. And then we'll bring it back to the middle. We'll swap the legs over, so pull the knees in again just to regroup, drop that leg over. And now the arm nearest the camera goes towards the mat. Knee that's bent is going across the midline of the body. Turning the head over the opposite shoulder. Focus on keeping the shoulders nice and flat. We're just releasing and stretching through. In a nice relaxed stretch. No pain, no tension. Just an easy stretch, just taking some relaxing breaths. Remembering really the way to build mobility or to increase our flexibility is just to hold, gently hold those stretches. Just relaxing into the stretch to go a little bit deeper. Good. Excellent. And then we're going to come back to the center. So we're going to stretch the legs away, we're going to take the arms over the top of the head. Good. So from there, we're going to focus on reaching the foot that's nearest the camera away from the hand that's nearest the camera. So we get that really deep stretch down that side of the body, all down the one side of the body. The foot is reaching away from the hand, then we release back to where we were, other side. Just releasing, imagine somebody's hanging onto your ankle and your wrist at the same time, but really focusing more on the leg. So the stretch is more in the lower part of the body, more through the hip and the side of the body, less through the shoulder. Yeah? We need to relax the shoulder a little. So really focusing that stretch on the hips. Should feel really nice, gives you a really good stretch through that deep lower back. Yeah, foot reaches away from the hand. Imagine somebody's hanging onto your ankle and your wrist at the same time. Give you that deep stretch. Good, excellent, well done. So from there, we're going to come up to a seated position. We're going to shake the legs out a little and just gently walking the fingertips forward, just to try and round that spine forward and get that little release and stretch. So if you're quite tight in the hamstrings, remember you can sit on a block. If you've got a block, you can sit on a block. If you don't have a block, an encyclopedia or any thick book will do. It needs to be at least 1 inch or 2 inches thick, yeah? So that'll help to keep the spine flat. Then from there, we're just going to round that spine, just stretching the spine and then gently rolling back up. So grow tall, lengthen the top of the head towards the ceiling. Try and contract the abdominals and get the nose towards the knees. Yeah, just releasing through and then releasing back up. Good, we'll do one more like that. So we're just rounding the spine, careful not to strain. Then inhaling, good. Then from there, we're going to take the legs a little bit wider. So if I come round this way, you can see what I'm doing here. So toes are apart, we'll shuffle back a little bit. Make sure the toes are pointed towards the ceiling and just as wide as you can comfortably go, and just gently walking the fingertips forward, just to get that little bit of a stretch. Just releasing into those hamstrings. It's a nice relaxed stretch. No pain, no tension, just relaxing down. Good. Imagine you've got a nice glass of water there and you reach for that glass of water, just releasing through. Good. Then we release the tension a little bit. We come back a little bit. We're going to turn towards one leg. We reach towards that leg. Try and keep the hips nice and square as we reach. We get that nice little stretch there, just releasing through, just relaxing into the stretch. Good. Nice and easy. Good, good, good. And then we can come back up, we go the other way. Good, we're going to stretch that way, so we're going to have a little stretch through there. Good. Excellent. And releasing through. So we're shaking out the legs. We're now coming back onto all fours. And we're just going from here, softening the elbows from a 4-point kneeling position. We're just going to press into a down dog, just flattening the back and letting the heels press into the mat, and then gently coming back down. Remember, easy version, you can put the knees down. Harder version, we hover as we come back. So harder version, we're just going to hover there, and the knees aren't actually touching the mat, they're hovering off the mat. And again, we're pressing it up to stretch, and again, we're taking it down. So as you breathe out, press up to stretch. Try and push the little finger into the mat. Good. Obviously that's just my t-shirt hanging out there, it's not the tummy. And again we get that nice flat upside down dog. Good. And last one, we're going to press up there, we're going to stay there. We're just going to march through the feet, alternating, gently stretching through the calves. Get those nice little calf stretches, yeah. Just releasing through. Good. Then from there, we'll lower the knees back down. We're just going to hover for a moment and then we can relax. Good. So we're going to come over. Just wanted to warm the arms up a little bit before we do our arm opening. So again, we can use a block under the head if you need anything under the head. We're looking towards that hand. We're going to float that arm up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, we're opening the chest towards the ceiling. We stay here to breathe in. Then as we exhale, we take it back. And again, on the inhale, it comes up. Exhale to open and stretch. Big deep breath in. Exhale as we come back. We're going to do one more, yeah? Breathing in as we come up, we look at the hand. Exhale. Good. Deep breath in there. And then breathing out. Now we're going to do chalk circle. So if you've got any shoulder issues, don't do this. Yeah, not good. If you've got a shoulder problem, just stay with the opening, yeah? So imaginary chalk in that top hand. Gently, always gentle on the first one, taking a breath. As we breathe out, we're starting to draw a circle with that piece of chalk. Remember, the hand doesn't have to be on the floor. It can lift away from the mat, especially on this part as we open the chest. We stay there, we turn the head to look towards the hand. The shoulder is always lower than the hand. Then from there, we continue to circle around. Bring the shoulders on top of each other, so that top shoulder is on the bottom shoulder. We're reaching towards our feet to get a nice little stretch through the neck and shoulders, through trapezius. And then we continue to come down to start position. Now we're going to reach forward to increase the stretch. The circle becomes bigger. Very, very relaxed. When we get to the halfway mark, we stay here to breathe. Exhale, continue to circle around. Remember, stack the shoulders on top of each other, reach for the feet, relax the head to get that nice little stretch. You can get rid of that block if you want to increase that stretch. That'll get right into that muscle there, yeah? And then we come back, good. And again, reaching forward. Very relaxed, no pain, no tension. Just releasing through. When you get to this point, try not to let the knees come apart. Yeah, what will want to happen is the knees will want to do this. So try and keep the knees together. And then we're going to go again over the hip, coming back to the start position. Breath in to regroup. Last time we reach forward, remember, increasing the size of the circle as we go around. Relaxing into the stretch. Breath in. And then continue around, reaching over the hip. Good. Let's roll over and do the other side. So, in one move. So, arm opening first. Knees up in line with the hips. Hands in front of the centre of the chest so the elbows are very close together. We're going to float that top arm up. We're looking at the hand. Opening the chest to the ceiling. Always take it easy on the first one to breathe. Exhale as we bring it back. And again, breathing in, the arm comes up. Exhale to open, big deep breath in. Exhaling as we bring it back. So 2 more like this. Opening the arm up. Focus on trying to keep the elbows nice and open. Good. Knees are together all the time. And last one, floating it up. Shoulder is always lower than the hand, yeah? Not the other way around. And then we bring it back. Good. So now, chalk circle, piece of chalk in that top hand. We're drawing that circle around the head. Good. Remember, you can lift the hand up there, much more comfortable for the shoulder, to circle the arm around so the shoulder is lower than the hand, yeah? I don't want my hand to go there, that's going to strain my shoulder. Then we continue to go around so I can see my hand in my peripheral vision all the time. Good. And again, reaching forward a little this time to increase the stretch. So nice and relaxed. So I don't want to look at the hand here because that will throw my head back. I keep my eye line forward. But then when I hit that crucifix position, I can turn my head to look at the hand, letting that shoulder, that back shoulder go towards the floor. Then continue to circle around, reaching over the hip. We breathe, and again, a little bit bigger, just releasing through, making sure we're not taking the hand tool on the mat. And reaching over the hip. And last one, breath in, exhale to reach. And again, remember, don't force it, very, very relaxed. We open it up to breathe in. And exhale, reach over the hip, come back to the start position. Good. From there, we're going to roll over onto all fours. We're going to turn the toes under, rocking the weight back. Let the heels drop a little to stretch through the Achilles tendon. hanging on slightly bent knees, relaxing, releasing any tension. Good, like a floppy doll, hands on the thighs, scoop the tummy in as we roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is the head. Good, and we'll leave it there. Thank you very, very much. Remember, try and warm up a little before you start to stretch. Always a good thing, never stretch cold muscles. Okay, stay safe, see you soon. Bye.